Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to today's daily. If you see in front of us, we have something a little bit different today. I'm going to try to, I want to see how this goes. Mix it in from here every now and again, maybe, or it could become part of the series instead of the ones we do. But Nurikabe is a very fun puzzle type. If you've not played it, take a look here and see what it's all about. Maybe you'll enjoy it as well. I have no idea what kind of how this is all set up, so we're gonna have to figure it out. I just wanted to jump into this thing completely without any kind of knowledge and just see how it goes. So we might have to edit things and all sorts of what have yous to get this thing rolling the right way, but we're gonna give it a try today. So it is January 15th, 2026. Let's get going on some Nurikabe. So let's start playing and see what happens. Okay, so all right, this looks familiar. Okay, good. So we've got sets of these things. So we've got very easy, we've got medium, we've got hard. So let's jump into the very easy. Let's see how that works, and making sure that my camera and everything is all set up good. It does appear to be. Let's get going. So the very easy start, the library, it's just going to start to get us going. I'll click down and I'll start off by kind of explaining Nurikabe if you've never played it before, just so it lets you know. Oh, it's going to tell us a tutorial, so I don't have to do it for it. But anyway, how to solve Nurikabe. Puzzle solved by building walls around the clues to create islands so that... how do I click? Oh, I just drag. Okay. Each island contains a single clue, and the number of squares in it is according to the value of the clue. So if you look at this tutorial here, this is a 3-cell island where there are 3 cells and it has the one number of 3. These are 1, so they have to be their own islands. This is a 2, so it's 2, and these are 4, so it has 4. And then everything around it is considered to be water, essentially. Then all islands are isolated from each other. Yep, so there's always a gap or there's a diagonal that cuts them off. They can't ever be touching each other orthogonally. There are no 2x2 areas of, well, it says wall here, but I usually think of Nurikabe as water, but you can think of wall or water, however you prefer to do it. So no 2x2s. These are things that we also do in Sudoku a little bit for some of the rule types. And when completed, all walls will form a continuous path. So yeah, so that you won't ever have like this 2 wouldn't, or let's say this wasn't a 2 and it was a 3 and it was up here. You could never have that occur because you'd have 1, 2, 3 here. You'd have this 1 and this 4. You'd have this section of water or wall that's cut off from everything else. That will never happen. Marks was data. You just hit the button. Blah 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 blah. Press and hold on a square with wall hides wall segment. Okay, whatever. Okay, tutorial done. So essentially what we can do is we'll start with this one again. I'll go through it fairly slowly and then we'll just buzz through this stuff. This is a 1, so it has to be blocked off. These guys have to connect into the rest of our walls. These guys, or not you, but you definitely have to get out here, which means these guys can't connect. This wall section has to get out, which forces the 2 to go here, and then that goes there. See how it goes? I'll do a couple of these with an explanation, and then we'll just kind of run through them a little bit quicker. So 1 has to be isolated. The wall has to get out. The 4 has to get out. That can't touch. The 3 has to get out. The 4 has to turn up, and then we have to close them off. So we're just going to keep rolling with these guys. These are fun. You can get through a ton of them real quick, especially the easy ones. Once we get to maybe the harder stuff, things will slow down, but it'll be more interesting. Another little thing. So let's go on this 2. These guys here, we can't touch them, so we could do that. But if we think about this 2, no matter which direction you go, let's say the 2 connects to here, this has to be closed off because you'll be putting you, and you to close the 2. Well, if the 2 goes this way, this will still be closed off because this and this will all be. So if you ever have a 2 in a corner like this, you can always, or if you have even 2 up against a wall of some sort that's been created, you can always just pop the corner digit out of it. So you have to come in, you have to be able to get out, you 2 have to go in, you have to come out, you have to close. All right, not now. Let's just keep rolling. And again, I don't know what kind of commercials they have on this thing, if they even have ads, to be honest with you. So get those guys in. Now these, of course, I might just go through the entire very easy pack here, to be honest with you, because it doesn't take too long to get through them. Now let's get all those guys out. And then once we get up, it'll probably be spit up. So that's why I'm saying I might intermix this a little bit instead of just doing it every other what have you, because we might not have a ton of puzzles to really get through. So going back to our 2s, we talked about that corner piece. That can't be in, that can't be in, that can't be in. That's going to force the 2x2 here. So this one has to be in. And you don't actually have to put the dot in if you don't want to. It'll automatically finish like I've done on a few of these things. But When it gets more complex, this definitely helps. You have to get out, you have to get out. You're a corner that creates the 2x2, so we have to put those there. This 4 has to get to this corner here, so it has to do this. If I could get my mouse to work, and we're done. Oop, didn't mean to click on that. Go back into it. Do boop. This guy here is one of those things I was talking about where we could have a wall set up for it. So the same concept will apply in this direction for this 2. This one has to be out. Now the same thing will apply to this guy. This guy has to be out. Now the same thing will apply to you. You have to be out. And you can also think about the numbers in how far away can you get from this. So could this guy ever be part of any of these islands? The answer is no, because none of these 2s can ever reach it. So you can click those out, and that starts giving you the 2x2s where you can start to click out of them. Now you have to go there. Good. Let's keep rolling a little bit quicker, and we'll kind of see if we can get ourselves moving at a high rate. You have to get out. Now we have to think about this 3 for just a second. So we know we have to get this group of walls out of here and connected into this guy. The only place that can occur is right here. So therefore, now we've created 2x2s, and those can be put in. All right, anytime you have guys that are situated like this, you have to always close off anything that touches orthogonally. Then you can start plopping stuff in. That one can never be reached by the 2. This guy has to get out of here. You have to get out of here. That pushes you back in. You become that corner. You and you have to be in to get the 3 out. You guys can't be reached by the 2, which finishes it. All right, let's get all this stuff in. You have to be in, so these guys will go. Now we start just removing everything that these 2s can't reach. That forces you and you, puts you here and you there. All right, you have to get out. The 4 has to continue out. The 4 has to still continue out. These guys can't be in. You have to go here. You can't be in. You can't be in. This guy has to get out, so you are. These guys all pop in. That has to go there, and that has to connect. Good, good, good. All right, let's pop all these in. Of course, anything in a corner that can't be reached by a number must be out. Put you in, you have to go in, and you have to get out, and you have to connect in. What did I... Oh, it's like, what did I do wrong? I have to click the next button. You guys are all out. There's a lot of ones we can just remove because, again, can't reach that, 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 etc., etc. Now let's get this wall out of here, which forces you in, continue to get the wall out, which forces you in, continue to get the wall out. And then this guy here has to find a way out, so it has to go up, which forces you here, and then that's done. Boom, 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 in, out, out, out. You have to get in, this guy's got to get out, so we have to do that. Still has to get out, so that has to continue through, and those have to connect. Alrighty, corner piece for that guy. You guys can't connect, you have to get out. Now, this 4 can never get over here, so we can just start doing the normal stuff we do with the 2s where they can't connect, and that's going to tell us where these guys go. You have to go there, you have to connect, you have to get out, that pushes you, then you and you have to go. All right, let's keep moving and grooving. You're out, you're a corner, you have to get out, you have to pump in. You could go there, you guys can't connect, you guys can't connect, so that forces you in. This guy's got to get out, you have to go here, corner. This 5 is always going to go this way a little bit, and we also know that this has to go here and come out. Once we do that, we know that closes off the 2. These guys have to go, you have to be in. Close those, corner, out, you have to be in, you have to be in, you have to be in, you have to get out, you have to get out. These guys can never be reached by any of those, so that forces you to be in, you've got to get out. This 5 has to finish, so he goes here. The 4 can never get down here, so these guys have to be out, which forces the 2 in. You have to be there, and those guys connect. Now, I think you can set adjust the settings where it doesn't automatically finalize the puzzle until you actually click all the things, but I prefer to do it this way. It just makes life easier. You have to all get out, so that forces you guys. None of you can be in, which says you have to connect. So, like I said, you don't have to put any of the dots in there if you want to do it, but in these easy ones that is usable. Some of the other ones, you have to have a pretty sharp mind to keep track of everything going on to be able to do that. You have to get out, so you go there. That's going to force you in. One of those two will be in. This guy's got to get out somehow. Okay, here's another thing. We know that this entire section of wall has to find a way to connect to this section of wall. So it has to pass through this area, which means this must occur in some way. Now, if we think about the 4, it needs 2 more spots. It only has 2 more that it can do before it starts connecting in. So these guys have to all work. All right, hit those corner. Those 2 can't touch. This has to come out. You can't touch. These 2 have to finish for the 4. This guy's got to get out. This guy's got to get out. You have to get out. You can't be in. You have to be. You have to get out, which finishes up that the 3. That guy's got to get out. This 3, we can do the same thing we can do with the 2 once we get to the point where we have a wall and we only notice 1 more. One of those 2 has to be in, so you're out. The 2 is done here. This guy's got to get out. You have to get in here. That finishes them. Just try to keep my eye on the time because I can get kind of caught up with this stuff and just run for a while with them. You, and you have to all go. You have to get out, which forces this all to work. You have to finalize, and that connects. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Nope, not you. You have to get out. You have to get out. You guys are all done. You can't ever be in. This guy, the 2, we know the 4 has to get out and has to get up to here, and the 2 can never touch any of these guys, so that's going to tell us it has to go there. That now tells us this 2 goes here, that 2 goes there, this has to get out. Good, 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 good. All right, keep rolling. All of those are out. You have to get out here. You're a corner. You're a corner. You can't ever be reached, and you have to get out, so that forces you. These guys can't ever be reached, which means you're in for the 2. The 5 has to get out. It has to continue to get out. The 2 has the corner. And let's see, 3. Sometimes you just have to do a counting exercise as well. Okay, here's another thing. Whatever this is, it has to get out this way. So it can't just circle around because no matter what it does, it's always going to find this one. So you're out, which forces that one in. Which means now this entire section has to find its way into this guy. So you're in, so that's going to finish you too. Okay, that just is. You have to be in. You guys are out, so you just have to be in. You can't be. You have to get out here at least a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go 1 more. This guy has to find a path out and continue. You're done over here. The 3 has to just do its thing. This guy's got to get out, so that forces the 2 here, and the 5 has to finish. You have to finish. The 4 has to find a way to get over to this. There's another set of things we can start to think about. Now we get into this. You could say, well, the 4 could just go up here and do whatever, but then you're going to be leaving 2 by 2. So how do you get this 4 over into this corner where you don't leave a 2 by 2? Well, you have to at least get to there. So then the rest of these guys have to go. Let's get all of this stuff out, and we'll just keep plodding along. You all have to be in. That forces you in. You have to get out. Corner, corner, out, in, in. You have to get, no, not you. You have to get in, but we can also do these guys because this 2 can't reach these, and the 4 can't get over here. So that pushes you in. Obviously, that guy has to go down here. This guy has to get out, which forces the 2, and that finishes. Boom, 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 boom. Click, please. You have to be the 2. You have to be the 2. That's an edge piece here, so you have to put one. Now you have to tie it back into that 3. This entire section, and that guy has to get out, but this entire section has to get out, so it has to go this way. You have to get up here, which is going to force these guys. You have to finish, and there. All right. You can't be in. You have to go up, so these guys can't be in because you can't have an orthogonal touching, which forces you and you. You have to be a corner, and with this 3 and 2 combo, we can never get over to here. We can't get to you either, which forces you to be in. Now the 2 can't connect here, so that has to be out, and that forces you, and the 3 has to connect to it. You have to get out. You have to keep moving. You have to keep getting out. That finishes our 5. Again, the 3, this one 2 by 2 has to be removed, so we have to connect it back to the 3. All right. I think we're going to try to get to maybe we are at the 15-minute mark. I might go to the 20-ish mark. All these have to be in. We're going to see how this rolls. Again, this is kind of an experiment. Let me know if you're enjoying this as well. These guys have to be out. and then we'll go from there. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't ever be in. The 2 is a corner, so that goes. 1, 2, 3. This one always is in. This entire group is going to find a way. We'll actually go over here first. This guy has to get out, which forces you. Now, this guy and this guy have to find a way into the greater space, and they can't go down here, so they have to go through this passage that pushes you, finishes you. Now, this has to be in for the 2x2, and the 6 is going to have to connect to it. 2, 4, 6. Done. All right. Now, this guy has to find a way to connect, and it can't come through here, because if it does, then it also has to come through here, and the 2 has nothing. So you have to come through that way. Good. All of those, put you in. Another one where we got a 6 up here on the top that's rolling. 2, 4, 5. That's going to be finished the 6. Those guys have to both come out, which forces that in between. Corner for the 3. This 3 can't get over here, so it finishes like that. The 4 could do any of those. This guy here has to come out here, so the 3 then does have to come here, which forces those 2 to be blocked off so we don't touch orthogonally, which finishes you and connect. Oh, well, there we go. That's all of them. That's all of the very easies, because once it grays out there, the next we're done. So as you can see, we've gone through every single one of these, and we've done that entire pack. Now, again, this was the very easy. Once we get into easy, we might do like 2, split the easy up into 2. The medium might split up into 4 or 5. The hards might be very hard because some of them are quite difficult to get into, but we're going to, again, see how all this works out. But I thought this would be a nice little change of pace now to kind of just throw something else in there. And there's, of course, there's also some weekly bonuses we can do. So if you hit this update button, it'll throw in the weekly bonuses. And well, this one expires in 20 hours. So let's do that one because we won't be back to it before that. So let's just do this weekly bonus one. And then we have 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks to finish off these other guys before another new puzzle comes in. So let's do this one. You and you. And then these guys are fun because this one, so these guys, I was going to stop myself for a second. These guys can be pretty fun because they're completely different from the main pack. So you can replay all of the basic free packs over and over and over again if you want, which is perfectly doable. But then these weekly ones kind of come in, they just throw something different at you, something that you haven't seen yet. So this 6 here has to go to one of these 2, which means you can never be in because it would be adjacent to the 2. That forces the 2 to have a corner. You also have to just be in. This 2 now has a corner. You have to go up to finish. This guy has to be in for the 2x2, so the 3 has to connect to it. That 2 can't connect to any of those guys. These guys here, you here. The 6 has to come out. And this guy has to get out. And let's see, this guy is going to have to come out here someplace at some point, but we don't quite know what it is. We might have to start doing some counting on this one. Now, I didn't see, what was this listed as? Oh, it was listed as easy, okay. So let's do some counting. The 3, the most it can get up to is here. The 4, the most it can get up to is there. The 8 can't ever get past these guys. So we're going to know some of this stuff in here is never going to be touched just by counting. So 1, 2, 3, you can't ever be in. 1, 2, 3, 4, you can't ever be in. You can't ever be in. So that's going to form a 2x2 we can start working with. Now we know the 3 has to get out. We know this wall has to get out. So you have to start moving that way. One of those 2 will be in. We don't quite know yet. One of these 2 will be in, so that forces this guy to not touch the 2. The 2 now pushes over, and that's going to start setting some of these guys off. Because now we can start to say, well, this guy's got to get out, so he's coming down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so the 6 has to finish. You have to still get out. This 8's going to have to get its way over here to not leave any 2x2s. And let's see, and yeah, this guy here has to get out. That's going to put a corner piece here. So now this 3 can't connect. So that's forcing here. The 4 has to get there. You have to get out of your corner. Now, if we look at this entire big section, it doesn't connect back to these guys yet. The only place it can get out is here. Now we cut a 2x2. We have to connect back to our 8. This entire section now has to still connect here. The only place it can get in is here. That'll finish it. So there we go. All right, that worked out perfectly. About 20 minutes, like I was kind of hoping to be, and we got the weekly puzzle done, the one that was just about to expire. So, anyway, hope you all enjoyed that one, Nurikabe. Let me know in this in the comments. I know I'll get a comment or two about this, and but like I said, I'd like to try to mix things up a little bit. It's the new year, try to get a little bit of fresh info into this thing and see what's going on. So we know that we've solved 30 of our very easy ones, and we haven't done anything else. So cool. We'll keep rolling with this every now and again. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.